Hey FLOSSTUBE, it's Leigh from Creatively here on New Year's Eve 2022. Last day, yay, finally we made it. So I'm here with another bonus FLOSSTUBE for you this week with my WIP parade as at this moment in time. So as at, almost 1 PM on New Year's Eve, and yeah, I'm going to try and whip through this a little bit quick. And see, I'm kind of summarising each of my WIPs that I've got right now, and I've popped in like a 2023 goal as well, or what the current status of the WIP is, just so to set a little bit of intention. Like, they're all loosey-goosey, who cares if they don't happen, but just something to aim for. So yeah, let's get started. So my WIPs as at the end of 2022, I'm going to show you in WIP order, having done 50 at 50, and all but 2 of these were started as part of my 50 at 50 this year. I know when I started them, and I know what dates they were started. Yeah, and I've only got, shock horror gasps, 1 that predates 2022. So I didn't realise that until I went through them, that actually I've done all my other, I've finished all my older WIPs, and there's only 2, I think 2 that are not 50 starts, one of them being a 2021 start that needs to be finished. So my oldest WIP, WIP number 1, is Save the Stitches by Liz Armand on Blackwork Journey. It's a free design that was originally a monthly release, I think, over 24 months. Well, there are 24 parts anyway, and I love this so much, and I just really need to finish it. So I don't have a picture of what the full design looks like, but it's a black work, and there are some crosses and some black work and some metallics, and I'm stitching this on 32 count antique white Lugana using DMC pearl and stranded in 310, DMC diamond in gold, silver and copper, and I'm using Mill Hill beads to match. So some called for, some not called for, and my goal for 2023 is to finish this. That's where I'm at. I've got the top row done, so essentially 3 out of 24 months, so I just need to crack in and get it done. Probably takes a couple of days to do each block, but I decided this year with my 50 at 50 just to not put any effort into this because I knew I wouldn't finish it. And I have this, I'm going to show my bags as well. So this is a Judith bag, and it's my mermaid bag from Judith, the lovely blue. So I have a lot of Judith bags. She makes great bags. So WIP number 2 was a start, originally was a start on the 1st of January, but I didn't like the fabric, so I restarted it on the 14th of January, so just before my 50 at 50 started. The chart was a rack from Danny, the Clifton Cardiff Stitcher, and it's Mystic Moments 1. So it's my one Heaven and Earth design that I've got on the go, and it's artwork by Linda Ravenscroft. And it's on 20 count white Ada with a call for DMC, although I am changing one of the whites that it calls for to something a little bit less white. My goal for this is to get to 20%. It's currently at 6%. I have done a little bit on this since you last saw it, but I had decided I wasn't going to show it until I got to 10%. So when you last saw it, it was 5%, and it's now just over 6%, but I'm just working on a whole lot of the background before I show anything really fun. And I'm keeping this, another Judith bag. This is my, dragonfly bag. Just got lovely. So WIP number 3 is Panoply of Peacocks by Tempting Tangle Designs. And this, I was start number 6 of 50 of my 50 at 50. Stitching this on 40 count silver fern linen by Country Stitch, using my own silk conversion, having a bit of fun with it. And this, I have a goal, 2023 goal will be to finish it. I'm just over 50%. And I keep this one at the moment, Panoply of Peacocks, is in another Judith bag. It's one of my retro bags with my typewriters. And inside has the typewriter keys like the top. WIP number 4 is Carousel Horse by Teresa Wentzler. This is fall, and I've done hardly any of this. And probably in hindsight I wouldn't have started this as part of my 50 at 50. It's quite big and just needs more concentrated time. So it will start 7 of 50, and I'm stitching it all called for 32 count cream linen by Zweigart, DMC Krennic Mill Hill beads as charted. And my goal for 2023 will be to complete the outer border. So it's quite a lot of stitching, the border here. Complete all that. It's quite an ambitious goal. I'd have to dedicate a good chunk of time to it, but it's doable. This is getting stored in another Judith bag, theme developing. This is my sassy bag. This was a gift from Judith, and because she says I'm sassy, I love it. So WIP number 5 was start 8 of 50, Mary Rose Inspiration Quaker by La Fille de Mimi. And this I was stitching on 40 count mallow linen by Zweigart, which I hate with a passion, that linen. I'm doing my DMC conversion inspired by the Stitch Palettes Bed of Roses. Here's where we're at, and last time I showed this, I think I've said I'm pretty sure this is currently UFO'd. I haven't dekitted it, I haven't chopped it up. It's just in timeout. I pick it up and I go, gosh, I love it to look at. I hate stitching it. So I think it's going to be a future restart. So at the moment it's currently UFO, so no plans for 2023. It's just in the timeout, and I don't have it in a bag. I do have it in a bag. Have it in a little bag that was a gift from Christine when she stayed with me during the Wellington retreat in 2020, and I was doing this as a stitch along with Christine, so I kept it in this bag. But she knows that I just hate my fabric choice. It was the only piece of fabric I had that was big enough at the time. I couldn't wait to start it, and I should have waited to start it. Anyway, that's UFO'd. WIP number 6 is the 2020 Pandemic Sampler by Sassy Girl, Christy Stephenson. This was a freebie. I don't know if it still is, but it was a freebie back in 2020, I think it was, or 2021. And this was start 11 of 50 for my 50 at 50. I'm stitching this on 40 count prehistoric by Fox and Rabbit using DMC and overdyes. I changed the overdyes to my own conversion. And I'm probably around halfway done, and I love this. I need to finish it. So that's a goal. My goal for 2023 is to finish it. And this is getting stored in a bag that I made. It's my sunflower bag. I made some vinyl fronted bags back in like 2019, I think. So yeah. WIP number 7 is Pomegranate Sampler by Fox and Rabbit. This will start 22 of 50. The fabric I'm using is 40 count Apricot Dream by Country Stitch, and I'm using the Cottage Garden threads that we used to stitch the model, Felix and Cloudy Day. And I really love this. So the fabric is just a really soft apricot. And when I pick it up and I stitch on it, I absolutely love it, but I just don't think of it, so I have to see it. So I'm probably about a third of the way done. I really want to finish this, so that's going to be a goal for 2023. I am keeping this in my pomegranate bag. That was also a gift from Judith, but that is double teaming it, so it's further in the pile, so I'll show you that when I get to that project. WIP number 8 is Northern Land. Yes, no, Southern Land by, you can read it, Our Forest Embroidery. This will start 24 of 50, and I am stitching this on 32 count fairy dust linen by Zweigart using DMC and Threadworks, my own conversion, and that's where that is there. And my goal for 2023 is to finish it. It's probably about, I'd be hesitant to say a fifth, 20%. I am keeping Southern Land in this wee bag. This was, I can't remember what Laura calls them. This is from Laura Watercracker in New Zealand, and I think she calls them Project Cozies or Project Sleeves, or I can't remember what she calls these, but it's like a book sleeve, but she sells them occasionally on one of the local Facebook groups. So WIP number 9 is one I need to put some love in. It's from Sampler and Antique Needlework magazine. I got it on Redley. It's 1816 Verlander sampler. It is over 3 months. You need to, if you do subscribe to Redley, you need to look for, I think it's volume 21, number 2. I can't remember which 3 magazines though, but you have to look around there. I'm stitching this on 45 count limestone linen by Country Stitch using Weekstye Works quilting cotton in 1233 cocoa, and there is a little bit of red in the design, which I'll just use a like a Gutermann silk from my stash, or a spool of whatever silk I've got in my stash. I've hardly done anything. So I have a goal for this to get to 25% because it is a big one. So yeah, we'll see if we can get a quarter done. Just a wee start there. And I'm keeping this in an amazing bag that I got. I don't have an amazing bag. I need to put this in a bag, but I'm not sure what bag I'll put that in. WIP number 10 is also a potential UFO. I'm not sure. When I bring it out and I iron it, I go, oh, I like it. And then I'm like, no, it's not what I want in my head. So I'm not sure I made the best thread choice. It's Forestry by Isabel Harcourt-Fortier, and she's quite a big piece, so I kind of need to make a decision now. So it's going to be UFO'd for now until I decide. Like if I really need this fabric, it's a big piece of 40 count antique white Zweigart. If I decide I need a big piece of antique white Zweigart that's bigger than a fat quarter, then I might just, that'll make my mind up. But I think I want to change and I want to stitch it all in greens and in a bit of a ombre effect, inspired by some ombre pieces that Judy from An Aussie in a Kiwi World and Nicole from North Island Stitcher are doing, and I'm just like, I think I want to do that now. So UFO'd for now. I was using cottage thread gumboot and doing some really heavy colour manipulation. I enjoy the manipulation, but it just has too much brown in it. I don't know why I thought it had more green in it. It doesn't have enough green for me. I wanted it to be foresty, and it's more not. So that's where I got to. UFO'd for now, so it doesn't have a bag because it's in the thinking about it pile. So WIP number 11, you saw last week, Rachel Holmes by Heartstring Samplery by Beth Twist. So it's a modern reproduction style sampler, it's not an actual reproduction. And this is on 32 count light mocha by Zweigart, using my own Silks for You conversion, and I'm well over 2/3 done. So you saw this last week, and so I'm up to the section of kind of more pastoral scene where I'll personalise it for a great aunt. So yeah, that's where we're at there. And this gets to stay in a random bag, I think, because there's a little cat in the section I've got to stitch. It's in this, doesn't go the style at all, but it's an early Judith bag with the cats, and inside it's cute little cat print. So yeah. My goal for this is to finish her. WIP number 12 is Fractured Bird by Stitching Spell. I have actually stitched on that this week since I got back from Dad, so it'll also be in my floss parade and what do you call it, FLOSSTUBE tomorrow. So since you last saw it, I've done the two little birds here, and I've made a good start on the large bird here. I need to find him a name because Fractured 12 is a dumb name, so I need to think about what I'm going to call him. And he is on 40 count corn straw linen by Country Stitch using DMC partial conversion. I tweaked a couple of the colours to look more like the cover mock-up. And a goal for this for 2023 is to finish. I'm just over 50%. So yeah, all of that big bird has been done. There's still some colour to go in, but I basically stitched him yesterday, when it was raining. I got back from town, it was raining. So that was, yeah, start 35 of 50, and I'm not sure what bag he's in. I don't know what bag he's in. I seem to have got my bags out of order. WIP number 13 is Lamp Posts by Stitch Mom Studio. This was start 37 of 50. It's the mock-up there, and I've tweaked the grey, I think, made the grey a little bit darker. And I'm stitching this on 36 count Lilac Grove linen by Country Stitch using the partial conversion, the one colour I tweaked. That's where you saw it last time, and my goal for this for 2023 is to finish it, which it's quite big, but once you put your mind to it, it doesn't take that long. And I've got this crammed in this tiny little pouch that a friend gave me, and it's totally me. Go away, I'm introverting. So yeah, I don't have fancy bags for all of my projects, and when I have a crappy digital mock-up from the internet, I can fold it and shove it in a bag. WIP number 14 is Crowns of the Kingdom by Rosewood Manor, which I'm stitching on 32 count antique white linen by Zweigart using the called for petite treasure braid, and this was start 38 of 50. That's where we're at. And I have a goal for this. It's just to keep some steady progress, since I'm stitching this as a cell with Susie Lambert from the New Zealand Facebook group. So I'm just going to stitch, a few crowns here and there so that I can kind of keep up push with her, so we don't end up finishing it too soon, one of us. And this is in my Blackbird bag from Judith. Basically, unless I tell you that it was gifted to me, I bought it. Cool, I love that bag. WIP number 15 is Quinto Okuto by Long Dog Samplers. This was start number 43 of 50, and I'm stitching this on 36 count Copper Beech by Country Stitch using Silks for You, and that's where I got to last time you saw it. And then my goal for 2023 at this stage is 50%, to get it half done. I'd like to finish it, but I don't know if that's realistic given all my other lofty goals. And the bag that I have that in is my pomegranate bag. So this was a gift from Judith. And I had mentioned I needed a pomegranate bag. I had mentioned I needed a pomegranate bag, so she whipped one up for me because she's amazing, and I didn't expect her to. So that has Quinto Okuto and my pomegranate sampler in there. WIP number 16 is Moroccan Sampler by Cliffside Stitches, and this was start 44 of 50, and I'm stitching this one on 36 count Persimmon by Fibre on a Whim using my own DMC conversion. That's where we got to. I haven't stitched on that since you last saw it, but that colour's coming across quite well. You can see sort of the yellow in the fabric. It's just a wee start, and I quite like it. And this is also crammed in a tiny little bag, another bag from the same friend, but a different year. She gave that to me. Hellraiser, just a little pouch, cute little pouches. My goal for this is to finish it. Quite a bit to do, but I can do it. WIP number 17 is Cherry Parker's New Zealand Flowers cross-stitch ball, which I was start number 46 of 50, just started on the 1st of December. I'm stitching this on 25 count Lugana by Zweigart in white, I think it's sage green and ice blue. So when you last saw it, I won't show you all the back stitching, I've only stitched these little square motifs, and I intend to stitch this over the year, so my goal will be to finish it, but to stitch it around the 1st of every month, just do a little piece of it, because we are stitching this as a bit of a sale in the New Zealand Facebook group. This is in another retro bag from Judith. This one has the cassette tapes and the roller skate, with the roller skate zipper pull, and just a lovely rainbow stripe in there. WIP number 18 is Heavy Dragons by Modern Folk Embroidery, which I'm stitching on fabric and floss that I picked up when I was in Queensland visiting my sister in October. This was start number 47. It's been stitched on 36 count parchment linen by Fibre on a Whim using Threadworks 1043. And the fabric, I picked the fabric out and then my sister picked the floss colour, so stitching this with the colour she chose. Goal for 2023, to finish it. I'm currently keeping this in another bag I made. I call this just my map bag. It just has, those in the know that often New Zealand, because it's so little, gets left off of map icons, map imagery, so we made it to the list. Stewart Island didn't, but it is tiny, so, and you know, poor old Chatham Island's got no hope in hell of making it on there. Do you know New Zealand has like around 600 islands within its territory, I guess, or ownership? We think of it as being like 3 main islands, the North Island, South Island and Stewart Island, but it's actually like, I think it's around 600. I've seen 700 and I've seen 500, so let's call that 600. But you know, so we're literally an island nation. WIP number 19 is Real Comfort by a Jane Austen sampler, also by Modern Folk Embroidery, which I was start 48 of 50, and this is on 40 count Wood Smoke linen by Tabby Cat, which was not cut very straight, so I'm going to end up with a very small margin on one side, but we'll make that work. And I'm using Anchor Stranded Black. I love the colour of this linen, I just wish it was cut straight, because I think we mentioned I knew it was crooked and then I started it from the wrong end, so it's that much. I'm going to lose that much at the top, and that's my narrow margin. But yeah, it'll be about 1 inch, and I can cut some off here and sew it on for framing. It'll be fine, but I'm a bit pissed off that please just cut linen straight. Catherine from Country Stitch does a fantastic job of cutting her linen straight. So if you get a fat quarter, it's a freaking quarter, not a wonky quarter. So thank you, Catherine, for that, because so many other places just don't cut their linen straight. So Real Comfort is being kept in my little Bridgerton mini bag. It's just a little pouch bag with a frame zipper pull, and perfect for a small project. My goal for Real Comfort is to finish it 2023. Two to go, and neither of them should be much of a surprise since I showed them this last week. WIP 20, which was start 49 of 50, Miamad Song by Carousel Samplings, and this has been stitched on 40 count Shortbread by Country Stitch using my own overdyed conversion. This is, I've done a little bit more on this since you last saw it, because I showed this on my FLOSSTUBE video on Monday, and then I stitched a little bit in the evenings with Dad. So I finished all of the text, and I did adjust it. I had to add a little dot in for a comma, because Miamad is possessive in the context of the sentence, and I couldn't leave it without that. It just made me twitch a little bit. Yep, so that's where I got to there. You'll see that again tomorrow in my FLOSSTUBE. Currently, because I think she's the kind of girl who's going to fight like a girl, and she's got a pair of lovely boobies, I am keeping her in my Fight Like a Girl bag that my newest bag that I bought to fundraise for breast cancer. Again, another Judith bag. Goal for 2023 is to finish that. And my last WIP, WIP number 21, is Gingerbread Cottage by Carousel Designs, my Christmas Day start, which I'm stitching on 28 count Forget Me Not Lugano by Country Stitch using the Charter DMC. It was start 50 at 50. It was the last one to finish off my 50 at 50 project, and a goal for 2023 will be to finish it by Christmas. So I haven't done any more on it since you saw it. I probably won't do anything on it till I've worked on some of these other WIPs that are a bit closer to being finished, but perhaps I'll pick it up in midwinter, sort of July-ish, and try and get a big chunk done on that. And this has been kept in my one Christmas bag. This was a gift, a rack in a box that arrived from Gail, one of my subscribers. Thank you, Gail. It's nice to have a Christmas project to put in it. And this is from Joyful Stitching is the label. So yeah, it does also have a little notions pouch, but I've got that somewhere else. Yeah, so in there. So that's it, that's my WIP parade. So what was that? 21 WIPs, although 2 have been UFO'd, so let's call that 19 WIPs and 2 UFOs. Only, if I do my maths, so 2 that weren't from my 50 at 50, so 19 from my 50 at 50, 1 older WIP, and 1 that I started, that Haid, which is a multi-year project. Like, we're not expecting that to be finished anytime soon. I mean, I could finish it. If that's all I stitched on, I would finish it, because I could easily stitch. I can stitch 10,000 stitches a week, so, and it's 300,000 stitches. I stitch 1% over 2 days, so if I'm, spend a whole day and an evening or 2 stitching, I can stitch quite a lot. So, like, I can stitch 3,000 stitches. So, especially when you're pulling one thread and just doing like 1,500 stitches in that one colour, you're using. Yes, that's it. Those are my WIPs, and I feel quite good. There's some big ones in there still, so that's why I've sort of set some goals to make progress on them. Thanks in advance for watching. Any nice comments that you might make. No one's going to make nasty comments. And I will see you again tomorrow on New Year's Day for my regular FLOSSTUBE, where I'll talk more detail about plans and some other little monthly challenges and other little things I want to do this year. Again, all loosey-goosey. It all could be thrown out the window. And yeah, take care. Happy New Year. May 2023 be one of joy, prosperity, health, wealth. I know that's the same as prosperity, but and I look forward to spending some time stitching with you this year. As always, don't let your needles rust. Ciao.